Heather thinks about software.
People ask me about Java all the time. What is Java exactly? And why is an Oracle salesman badgering me to buy a license? Java was released in 1995 when the web was young. It was written by James Gosling at Sun Microsystems. The goal of Java was write once, run anywhere, or WORA, an acronym that never quite caught on. It was a radical idea at the time. Before then, most software applications were compiled in a way specific to the computer platform they would run on. But Java programs could run on any platform because the Java virtual machine did the translating so that the operating system could talk to the application. Java was a huge hit. During the internet boom, it became a wildly popular language for web programming. But Sun wasn't really in the business of selling software licenses, so they decided to open source Java, and they did that under the General Public License, or GPL. This was a big win for open source, and so then everything was unicorns and rainbows with Java. Then Oracle bought Sun. The acquisition was probably more directed at Sun's other software product, MySQL, but Java came along for the ride. Oracle maintained the open source version of Java, called OpenJDK, for years, along with its proprietary version, which is now called Oracle JDK. JDK means Java Development Kit. And if you're confused that a language engine is called a development kit, you're right. Java's naming conventions are mystifying, not to mention its versioning. Yes, that's right, 1.5 is called Java 5. And Java has a wide array of editions, SE, ME, EE, the list goes on. But a few years ago, Oracle announced that it would stop maintaining OpenJDK versions. The exact details of its support policy are complicated, but the TLDR is no regular support for OpenJDK. This antagonized the open source community. You see, Java is on almost every desktop computer and server. Not on phones, but that's another story. So it's an attractive target for black hat hackers. Java security is important not only to corporate users of Java, but everyone who uses computers. And stopping maintenance on a product is not a recipe to keep it secure. So the open source community took over regular maintenance of OpenJDK. The main fork is now maintained by Eclipse Foundation under the name Tamarin. I couldn't verify where that name came from, but one person suggested that it's an anagram of runtime. It's maintained by an Eclipse project called Adoptium. Again, branding chaos, but no one but Oracle has the right to call anything Java because they own the trademark. Eclipse is a nonprofit foundation, so a few businesses stepped in to do professional maintenance and support of Tamarin, a lot like Red Hat does with Linux. Azul is one of the primary service providers, but there are others as well. So why is that Oracle salesman spamming and calling you? Because it's easy for businesses to get confused and think the Oracle version is free software. To make it worse, Oracle's proprietary version has gone through a few licensing policy changes, and under its new Oracle no-fee terms and conditions, is now free of charge for internal use but not commercial distribution. So no fee refers to a license limitation. Commercial distribution requires a fee just like any other proprietary software. Oracle has a reputation for buying open source projects and privatizing them. InnoDB and SleepyCat are already in the open source graveyard. With Java, it took years. But today, users need to move to an OpenJDK that is actually supported if they want to distribute Java free of charge. So that's the short version of the history of Java. It was proprietary, then open source, then proprietary again, kind of. If you want to know more about what happens to open source projects because of corporate policy changes, take a look at my video on Red Hat, CentOS, and RHEL. Liking and subscribing makes me think more.
Heather thinks about software.